Have you ever had a moment in your life where you're just like, that just had to be God? Like, that was nobody but God. In that moment where you just thought, like, that just had to be God. I've definitely had that moment, several moments, where I'm like, gosh, that had to be God. And I'll share a couple of them with y'all. So, first moment, I was in high school, I was working, and I was a receptionist at this retirement home where I used to work. And I told this story before on one of my other videos, but a lady walked in, she lived there, and I just had this feeling, this urge to tell her that everything was going to be all right and give her a hug. And I knew it was God telling me that. And so I was obedient. I ended up getting up and telling her, like, hey ma'am, I know this may sound crazy, but I feel like God is telling me to give you a hug. Oh, this man stopped right in front of me. Give you a hug and tell you that everything's gonna be okay. And so after I did so, she told me that she was going through cancer and she was about to go through her second round of chemotherapy. And I was like, wow, like, I'm so glad I was obedient in that moment. God is really showing up right now. Another moment was, I met this random stranger in this grocery store. Like, we were in line behind he was in line behind me. It was an older man, and neither one of us were like supposed to be in that store that day. He told me, he's like, I never come to this store or whatever, but I just feel like first of all, I was oh my gosh, I was in line and he came in line behind me, and I'm ringing up my stuff. He asked me, am I a coach? Do I like wear, because I had on a scrub jacket with my scrub pants and a scrub top. So he asked me if I was a coach. I guess he saw FAMU on there in my school. And I was like, no sir, I'm in physical therapy school, I'm a student, whatever. And he just kept talking to me, and in my head I'm like, sir, please leave me alone. I'm trying to get away from him because I thought he was a weirdo. So he actually followed me outside because I'm like wrapping up my stuff, and I'm on my lunch break, mind you, so I'm trying to hurry up and get out the line, get to my car so I can go eat. And he just kept wanting to talk, so he followed me outside and he was like, hold on, like I want to keep talking to you. I'm like, oh my gosh, sir, leave me alone. Like, red flag, red flag, red flag. So we go outside and he's still talking, and he ended up like being a really nice man. He was trying to make a connection with me, for me, through another guy that he knows who works at the school. And after he found out I was in physical therapy, he was trying to connect me to, you know, one of the athletic departments to get me to work with them if I was interested. And I was like, wow. Like, and he's also a believer in Christ, so he was like, nothing, I don't believe in coincidences. You're in the store at the right time for a reason. Like, I was in here the same time as you, in line behind each other for a reason. I was like, wow, like, this is crazy. This has to be God. Like, God led us to each other for a reason. And I still don't know why yet, but that's for me to figure out at a later date. So he was like, I don't believe in coincidences. Like, he was like, I'm very spiritual. Like, I believe that God led us both to the store today for a reason. And I had never been to that store on lunch break, but that one day I went. You know, like, I was supposed to go days before and never went. And so I was like, wow, this is God. And it was like, wow, God really be moving in my life. And you just never know. You just never know how God is going to move in your life and how he's going to show up. So yeah, is there any way that you've seen God move and you're like, wow, that just had to be God? Share it in the comments.